Hello, let us continue our discussion on game theory. For this session, we will take one of the question papers of Bangalore University. Here we have a problem, question number 3 in the year 2017. I will read the problem. Solve the following game using dominance principle. The payoff matrix for firm A and firm B is given. Each of these firms have four different strategies. Firm A has four strategies: A1, A2, A3 and A4. Firm B has four strategies: B1, B2, B3 and B4. Now we have to solve this game. It is already mentioned in the question paper that we have to use the dominance principle. That means the maximum and min-max principle is not helpful in solving this game. That is implied. So we need not try and check if we can solve this problem using maximum and min-max principle. Now we will look at this payoff matrix in the point of view of firm A. When firm A is using the first strategy A1, it is going to make gain of 35 points, 65 points, 25 points and 5 points. When firm B uses the strategies B1, B2, B3 and B4 respectively. We observe that all the values in the payoff matrix are positive. That means irrespective of the strategies used by firm B, firm A is going to win this game. Now let us see what is this dominance principle. First we will take the strategies used by firm A. Take the first strategy. When A is using the first strategy and B is using the first strategy, that is B1, firm A will gain 35 points. Firm A uses strategy A1, firm B uses strategy B2, again firm A gains 65 points. Likewise, 25 points and 5 points gain for firm A while using strategy A1. We will move on to the second strategy, which is A2. Gain is 30 points, 20 points, 15 points and 0 points when firm B uses strategies B1, B2, B3 and B4. To identify the dominance principle, we need to compare one strategy with the other strategy. In our case, let us take strategy A1 and compare with strategy A2 when firm B uses all four different strategies, that is B1, B2, B3 and B4. When firm A uses the first strategy, as we discussed, the gains are 35, 65, 25 and 5 points. When firm A uses the second strategy, the gains are 30, 20, 15 and 0 points. We will compare A1 with A2. A1, the gain is 35 points. A2, the gain is 5 points less, that is 30 points. For strategy A1, the gain is 65 points. For strategy A2, the gain is only 20 points, lesser than the first strategy. When firm B uses the third strategy, we will compare the gains by using A1 and A2 strategies. For A1, it is 25 points and for A2, it is 15 points. Again, A1 strategy gives more gain. And the last combination, that is when firm B uses the fourth strategy, the gain from A1 strategy is 5 points and from A2 strategy is 0 points. Again, we find that the gain for using A strategy, that is A1 first strategy, is more than the gains achieved from using strategy 2. If you are a consultant to this firm A, among these two strategies A1 and A2, which one you would suggest for firm A? Obviously, we will suggest the first strategy, because irrespective of the strategies, or when B uses all four different strategies, strategy A1 gives better gains for firm A. So we will recommend only the first strategy for firm A rather than the second strategy. That means for firm A, strategy 1 is dominating strategy 2 because it gives more gains. Strategy 1 gives more gains for firm A. So what we will do, we will strike out this strategy A2 because strategy A1 is dominating strategy A2. Now we will compare the gains from using strategy A1 to the gains from using strategy A3. A1 gives 35 points, B1 gives 40 points. A1 gives 35 points, A3 gives 40 points gain for firm A. So which is better? Strategy A3 is better. We will compare A1 and A3 when firm B uses the second strategy. The gain from A1 is 65 points and from A3 is 50 points. So here A3 gives more gain than A2. We will come to the third combination, that is when firm B uses the third strategy. Here strategy A1 gives 25 points gain for firm A and A3 gives 0 points for firm A. That means A1 strategy is giving more gain. Now we will compare the last combination when firm B is using the fourth strategy. A1 strategy will give 5 points for firm A, that is gain, and A3 strategy will result in gain of 10 points. Here A3 gives better gains. In one occasion, that is when firm B is using the first strategy, A3 gave more gain for firm A. When firm B used second strategy, the first strategy A1 gave more gain. When firm B used the third strategy, again A1 strategy gave more gain for firm A. When firm B used the fourth strategy, A3 strategy gave more gain for firm A. So we cannot say A1 is dominating A3 or A3 is dominating A1, because depending on the strategy used by firm B, the gain for the strategy A1 and A3 is varying. So we cannot come to a conclusion. Now we will move on to the fourth strategy and compare this with A1 strategy. A1 gives 35 points gain for firm A when firm B uses first strategy, and A4 gives 55 points. So which is giving more points? Strategy A4 is giving more points. Now look at A1 and A4 when firm B is using the second strategy. A1 gives more gain, that is 65 points. A4 gives less gain, which is 60 points. Again, we notice there is a variation in the gains given by A1 and A4 depending on the strategy used by firm B. That means we can conclude A1 and A4 is not dominating each other. We cannot strike out any of these strategies. We will compare A3 and A4 now. A3 gives a gain of 40 points when firm B is using the first strategy. A4 gives a gain of 55 points. When firm B uses the second strategy, A3 gives 50 points, A4 gives 60 points. A4 is giving more gain in the second case also. The third case or third combination, when firm B uses strategy B3, A3 results in 0 gain, but A4 gives 10 points. Again, A4 is giving better gain. The last one, when firm B is using the fourth strategy, A3 strategy gives 10 points gain for firm A, but A4 strategy gives 15 points. So again, A4 gives better gains. Now we compare A3 with A4. In the 4 different strategies of firm B, A4 gives better gain for firm A. That means strategy A4 is dominating strategy A3. In other words, when A3 and A4 strategies are available, we will recommend A4 strategy for firm A because whatever may be the strategy of firm B, A4 is giving better gains than A3. So we will strike out strategy A3. Still, we will look for any opportunity to strike out the strategies. So already we have compared the strategies of firm A and eliminated 2 strategies, that is A2 and A3. Now we will see if there is any dominance available in the strategies of firm B. We have to compare only the elements which are not striked off. So first we will look at strategy B1. Strategy B1 will result in 35 points gain when firm A is using strategy A1. What about the strategy B2? It is giving 65 points loss for firm B. We have to note that this matrix in the point of view of firm B is losses because all the values are positive values. When one player gains, the other player will lose. So in this case, this 35 is gain for firm A and loss for firm B. So using strategy B1, when firm A is using the strategy A1, firm B will lose 35 points. When firm A uses the fourth strategy, firm B will lose 55 points. Now we will compare the B1 strategy with B2 strategy. B2, when A1 is used by firm A, will result in a loss of 65 points. When firm B uses the second strategy, firm A uses the fourth strategy, again B will end up in loss of 60 points. When we compare these two strategies, 35, 65, more loss from B2 strategy. 55, 60 more loss from B2 strategy. If you are a consultant to firm B, among these two strategies, B1 and B2, which one you would suggest to firm B? Naturally, we will suggest a strategy which results in minimum loss. We will not recommend a strategy which results in more loss. Comparing B1 and B2, we notice that B2 results in more loss compared to B1. So, we will eliminate the strategy B2. Now, we can compare the strategy B1 with B3. When firm B is using the strategy B1 and the corresponding strategies used by firm A are A1 and A4, the loss is 35 points and 55 points. When firm B uses the third strategy, that is B3, the losses are 25 points and 10 points. We will compare B1 results and B3 results. We notice that B1 compared to B3 results in more losses. 35 point loss, 25 points loss. 55 points loss, 10 points loss. That means strategy B3 is dominating strategy B1 in terms of losses. In other words, strategy B3 results in lesser losses compared to strategy B1. So, we will eliminate strategy B1. And the resulting matrix is B3, B4 strategy for firm B, A1, A4 strategy for firm A. Again, we can compare the rows as well as the columns. If we compare the row A1, 25 points, here 10 points. A1 is better strategy. Here it is 5 points and 15 points. So A4 is the better strategy. So we cannot delete the first row or the fourth row. We will compare the column. B3 column, 25 points loss, 10 points loss. When we compare with B4, here only 5 points loss. So which strategy is better among B3 and B4? B3 is better when firm A is using A1 strategy. When we compare these two strategies, B3 and B4, when firm A uses the fourth strategy, B4 will result in more loss. So again, depending on the strategies of firm A, B3 and B4 strategies are giving different results. That means we cannot conclude that B3 or B4 is dominating one another, and we cannot eliminate those strategies. So no further striking out of strategies are possible. So the remaining elements are A1 strategy and A4 strategy for firm A, B3 strategy and B4 strategy for firm B. We will rewrite this matrix. So B3, B4, and here we have A1 and A4. We will fill the elements 25, 5, 10, 15. So this is the resulting matrix. So from a 4 cross 4 matrix, we have reduced it to a 2 cross 2 matrix. We have a 2 cross 2 matrix. Now we need to solve this matrix to find the answer to the problem. This matrix, we can assume it to be having like this: A, B, C, D. Same matrix. a 2 cross 2 matrix. You can represent it with A, B, C, D. To move further in solving this game, we will use the concept called oddments. Oddments. We will take the oddments and proceed further to solve this problem. First, we will take the difference of AB and modulus. We will take modulus of A minus B and write across the second row. We will take modulus of difference of A minus B and write across the second row. So how to write that? Modulus of A minus B. The second row is C minus D. The elements are C and D. We will take the modulus of C minus D and write across the first. Next we will come to the column. The first column is A and C. The elements are A and C. We will take a modulus. The difference of A and C and write across the second column. Then we will take the difference of B and D and write across the first column corresponding to the first column. Modulus of B minus D. They are taken and written here. We have taken the modulus of A minus B and written across the second row. Then we have taken the modulus of C minus D and written across the first row. Next, we have taken the modulus of A minus C and written across the second column. Then we have taken the modulus of B minus D and written across the first column. The reason for writing this is when there is no saddle point in a game, the game is following a mixed strategy. When there is a saddle point in a game, the game is following a pure strategy where each of these players use one particular strategy with the probability of 1. So here, if we solve for this maximum principle for this matrix, we will not have a saddle point. That means each of these players are using these strategies or more than one strategy with different probabilities. The probability with which the firm A uses the first strategy is P1. The probability with which firm A uses the fourth strategy is P2. Likewise, the probability with which firm B uses the third strategy is Q1, and the probability with which firm B uses the fourth strategy is Q2. When we have the question as solve the game, we need to find the optimum strategies for firm A and firm B and then calculate or identify the value of the game. Here we need to identify the probabilities with which firm A and firm B will use these two strategies. To find that, we are using this oddments. Okay. Now quickly we will calculate the values for our matrix involving strategy A1 and A4 and strategies B3 and B4. modulus of A minus B. We will write here modulus of A minus B. A is 25, B is 5. So the difference is 20. Modulus of C minus D. C is 10, D is 15. 10 minus 15 is minus 5. When we take the modulus, it becomes plus 5. You have written the value there. We will come to the column. The first column will take the difference of B minus D, the modulus. B is 5, D is 15. 5 minus 15 is minus 10. When we take the modulus, it is plus 10. Then we'll take the modulus of A minus C. A is 25, C is 10. 25 minus 10 is 15, and we'll write here. Now these are the values for the oddments. C minus D is 5, A minus B modulus is 20, B minus D modulus is 10, A minus C modulus is 15. Next step, we will find the probabilities of strategy A1 and A4, probabilities of using strategy B3 and B4. For that, we have a simple formula. We can easily remember the formula. P1 is equal to, write the formula. P1 is equal to, write P1 here. P1 is equal to, first we will fix the denominator. Look at this modulus, C minus D, A minus B. This becomes the denominator. So what I will do, I will take a screenshot and have it in the paint. Okay. We need this. We need this portion. Probability of using the first strategy is P1 probability of using the first strategy by firm A is P1. P1 is equal to, first we will fix the denominator. The denominator is, look at this value, C minus D, A minus B. Modulus of A minus B plus modulus of C minus D is the denominator. Modulus of A minus B plus C minus D is the denominator. This one. And what is the numerator? The numerator is, we are looking at the probability of using strategy A1, this P1. Okay. So the corresponding value is C minus D, and that will be our numerator. So modulus of C minus D is the formula for P1. Now we will write the formula for P2. We'll write the formula for P2. Probability of using the fourth strategy by firm A is P2. P2 equal to same denominator. Same denominator. What is the denominator? The denominator is modulus of A minus B plus modulus of C minus D. Since we are identifying the P2 value, look at the corresponding the modulus A minus B. That will be our numerator. A modulus of A minus B is the numerator. Next, we will write the formula for the strategies used by firm B for identifying the probability. The probability of using the strategy B3 is Q1. Q1 is equal to, so first we will fix the denominator because it is easy to remember the formula. The denominators are these values A minus C and B minus D. Modulus of A minus C plus modulus of B minus D. What is the numerator? We are finding Q1 value and the corresponding modulus is B minus D, and that will be our numerator. Modulus of B minus D is our numerator. Then we will calculate the probability of using strategy 4 by firm B, that is Q2. Q2 is equal to, first we will fix the denominator. The denominator is again same denominator, which is A minus C plus B minus D. Modulus of A minus C plus modulus of B minus D. What is our numerator? We are calculating the value for Q2 and look at the corresponding value modulus of A minus C, and that is our modulus of A minus C is our numerator. We will substitute the values for all these modulus and we will find the probabilities. First, P1. P1 is equal to modulus of C minus D. Modulus of C minus D is 5. So the value is 5. Denominator, modulus of A minus B. Modulus of A minus B is 20. Modulus of A minus B is 20 plus modulus of C minus D is 5 equal to 5. First we will 25 and the numerator we have 5. In other words, we can simplify this to 1 by 5. The probability of using the first strategy by firm A is 1 by 5. What is the probability for using the fourth strategy? We will fill this equal to modulus of a minus b. Modulus of a minus b is 20. 20. Modulus of a minus b plus c minus d is 20 plus 5. Again, we can write this as 20 by 25. Simplifying this further, we'll have 4 by 5. 4 by 5. 4 5s are 20. 5 5s are 25. The probability of using the fourth the probability of using the fourth strategy by firm A is 4 by 5. Likewise, we can calculate for Q1 and Q2. So for Q1 modulus of B minus D. Modulus of B minus D is 10. Modulus of A minus C plus B minus D. Modulus of A minus C is 15. So 15 plus 10. Again we have equal to 10 by 25. 10 by 25. Simplifying further, we'll have 2 by 5 equal to 2 by 5. Then Q2 equal to modulus of A minus C. Modulus of A minus C is 15. A minus C plus B minus D is 15 plus 10 equal to 15 by 25. 15 by 25. Further, we can simplify this equal to 3 by 5. The probability of using the strategy B3 is 2 by 5. The probability of using the strategy B4 by firm B is 3 by 5. So this is the optimal strategies for firm A and firm B. That is, firm B must use the first strategy, the probability of 1 by 5, and the second or this A4 strategy by 4 by 5. And for firm B, it must use the first strategy, that is B3 strategy, the probability of 2 by 5, and Q2 strategy with, this B4 strategy with 3 by 5. Next, we need to find the value of the game. We need to find the value of the game. Anyway, as we already discussed, firm A is going to win this game because all the values in the payoff matrix are positive. Still, we will see what is the overall gain or value for firm A. We will calculate the value of the game. There is a simple formula. Value of the game is equal to first we will fix the numerator. First we will fix the denominator. The denominator is modulus of A minus B plus modulus of C minus D. The same denominator. We have A minus B plus C minus D. Here also we had A minus B plus C minus D. Same denominator. Now we will write the numerator. The numerator first is First is modulus of C minus D. I am writing in such a way that we can remember this formula easily. Separated by a plus, then we will write the modulus of A minus B. A minus B. What we have done is we have written same A minus B, C minus D. Only thing is cross here C minus D, here A minus B. Now look at the first value. Here it is A, here it is C. So we will multiply this modulus C minus D with A, with A, then this modulus A minus B with C. See the first element, it is C. We will multiply with C multiplied A minus B. This is the formula. Like this, we have three other formulas. Whatever may be the formulas, we will get the same answer. So we can use any one of these formulas to find the value of the game. First we have fixed the denominator. Denominator is a minus b plus c minus d, and in the numerator we have written this a minus b and c minus d just the crosswise. Here we have started with c minus d, here a minus b. Look at the first element. Here in this modulus, a is the first element, so we multiplied with a, and this modulus c is the first element, and we have multiplied modulus of a minus b with c. So you can easily remember this formula. Now we will substitute the values for all this a, b, c and d. Then we can find the value of the game. equal to a into modulus of c minus d. What is the value of a? A, the corresponding value is 25. 25 into modulus of c minus d. C minus d is 5. Modulus of c minus d is 5 plus c. What is the value of c? C corresponding value is 10. 10 into modulus of a minus b. Modulus of a minus b is 20. Divide by modulus of a minus b is 20 plus modulus of c minus d is 5. So we have 25 into 5, 125. 125 plus 10 into 20, 200. Divide by 20 plus 5 is 25. So simplifying further, equal to 325 by 325 by 325 by equal to, simplify further, 125 is 25, so remaining 7, 5, 75, 325 are 75. So this is the value of the game, 13 by 1, which is 13. So the value of the game is 13. So when you are asked to solve a problem using the dominance principle, it is implied that min-max and maximum principle will not help us. So we have used the dominance principle to eliminate some of the strategies for firm A and firm B. After eliminating, we had a 2 cross 2 matrix. In that 2 cross 2 matrix also, the maximum value is not equal to the min max value. That means the game is following a mixed strategy. The mixed strategy, we need to identify the probabilities with which the players have to use these strategies. The probabilities are P1, P2, Q1 and Q2. So we have, using this method oddments, we have derived at 4 formulas for calculating these probabilities, and substituting the values we have identified the probabilities of using these strategies by firm A and firm B. Next, we want to calculate the value of the game. Again, we derive the formula from the values of these oddments, and finally we got that the value of the game is 13. So this must be a potential 10 mark question. Thank you.